Hi there. You're watching a short series of basic questions about Spiritism. Who was Allan Kardec? Allan Kardec's real name was Hippolyte Léon Denis Rivail. He was born on October 3rd, 1804, in Lyon, France. Rivail, as a child, studied with the great teacher Pestalozzi in 1816. By his mid-20s, he became a prolific writer, and amongst many of his works, he wrote a book on mathematics and French language, which revolutionized the educational field. Rivail was not only respected in the area of education in general, but all different sciences as well, including biology, chemistry, and astronomy. When he was 54 years old, he was presented with the turning table phenomena, which was occurring throughout Europe and the US. It basically consists of people sitting around a table, asking questions to it, and the table will answer the questions by dropping one of its feet on the floor. If the table hit the floor just once, that sound represented the word yes, and it dropped twice, it represented the word no. Later on, the whole alphabet was represented by a specific number of knocks on the floor, thus making possible complete sentences to be written. Allan Kardec was a man of science, and of course, he rejected many invitations to participate in such frivolous meetings, until a close friend of his, who was known for his sound judgment and reasoning, invited him to first witness the communications received by a table. At first, he did not believe it, but when he started to ask the table questions in a foreign language, and he answered in the specific language given, which he was sure that no one around the table knew it, he perceived that behind the turning table phenomena, there was much more than he expected. His hypothesis was proved when one day the table answered that it wasn't the table that was providing the answers, but the spirits of people who died, who were using the table as a means of communication. Allan Kardec knew that the primitive means which the spiritist phenomena took place through the turning tables and the use of mediums was just the beginning of something extraordinary, as usually happens with sciences, as it happened with astronomy, which was developed from the playful ways of astrology. As a result, he decided to investigate it thoroughly, and after a couple of years, with the continuous use of his scientific and organizational skills, he was able to compile the Spirits book, which was published in the year 1857. Before publishing the Spirits book, Hippolyte Léon Denis Rivail was already a very well-known and respected man in the educational community, and he knew that if his real name was to appear as the author of the book, the readers would have a preconceived idea of the book based on his educational background. Therefore, he chose the pseudonym Allan Kardec, not only to conceal his identity, but also because he knew the questions were answered by the enlightened spirits and not by him. His part on the compilation of such fundamental book was to elaborate the questions and organize the answers in a logical order. Allan Kardec was fully convinced that the enlightened spirits were the ones who wrote the book. Thus, he purposely gave the title Spirits Book in order to refer to the fact that the book came from the spirits and not a particular individual. From the Spirits book follows the Medium's book, the Gospel according to his Spiritism, Heaven and Hell, and Genesis, which were sold by the thousands in Allan Kardec's time. He never made any personal use from the money that these publications produced. Instead, he used it to further promote Spiritism. Allan Kardec was married to Amélie Baudet for 37 years. They had no children. He died March 1st of 1869 of a heart aneurysm while working